Okay, today we are going to be replacing the battery in a Eufy Spaceview Pro video baby monitor. One thing to note is that I read online if the battery performance is poor, you may just try unplugging the battery after you open it up, letting it sit for 30 seconds and then plugging it back in. That did give my battery quite a bit more life, but now we've reached the point where the unit will not turn on under battery power at all, even after it's been on the charger all night long. So first I'm going to use my plastic tool here and slide it along the gap in between the screen and the body. There's some plastic clips that will pop open. And be really careful when you're opening it up. There's a black ribbon cable that is very fragile, so we want to be careful as we set this down. Unplug the power connector right here on the right. That's the battery's actual connector. And then we're going to start removing some of these screws. Here are 2 screws for the battery housing. And then there are 4 screws holding the main board in place, and we do need to remove this to actually remove the battery. Then the board will pop out, but you'll notice there's still connectors for the microphone, the speaker, and down at the bottom right there's a one for the Wi-Fi. So we're going to unplug all 3 of those so we can totally pull the board away. Set that to the side, and now we can see there are 3 more screws holding the battery housing in place. So we'll take those out, and the battery housing will pop right off. Here's our dead battery. It is just adhered inside, and so with a little force you can pop it right out. And here's the replacement that I ordered on Amazon. I'm just comparing the specs to make sure the battery they sent me is the same, and indeed it is. Now this one doesn't have any adhesive, but that battery housing should hold it in place. Watch out, there is a little cutout for this wire here, and you want to make sure you don't pinch it when you put the housing back on, so look for that cutout. We're going to put the screws back in place. I just put all 5 in at the same time. And now it's time to put the main board back in. Again, watch for those wires, snug it in. The 4 screws go right back in place. And then we need to reconnect the Wi-Fi, which just pushes straight on, and the microphone and speaker, which push in from the side. When you connect the battery, it's important to look at the way the battery was connected before, and that's going to be with the black cables facing up in this scenario. But just compare it to how yours was. And now we're ready to pop the screen back on the front. It just pushes back in together to lock into place. And let's turn it on and see if it worked. It sure did.